Paul, a decent run out for your side this afternoon. I suppose you can't really turn your nose up at a 6-0 win.
No, really pleased. I'm not so bothered about the scoreline. It's just more about like performance indicators, really, I suppose. And I just like the fact that we're trying to do the right thing. And when it didn't come off, the lads pressed to get the ball back as quickly as they could. So it's a good competitive game. I love being the team here, and hopefully it'll be a fixture that we do in years to come. It wasn't a dirty game or anything like that. So we got everyone through with the minutes we wanted them to. And yeah, there's some like really pleasing bits of play. And even when we give the ball away, we're trying to thread things through, and it's a bit dry, and which I understand. So so a good day at the office, really. We won, but I think it was the performance, the level of the lads trying to get the ball back. There was once where I love my front three who worked really hard to get back in both sort of games, the 60 and the 30. And that's what you need to be successful. You need everyone to be working really hard out of possession and in possession. So there's some really good performances, and we can have a day off now, which I think we all need, and then start again Monday.
Not bad for Aaron Collins to get a hat-trick in 12 minutes, though. I mean, that'll be a massive boost for him, and irrespective of opposition, that's what strikers want to do.
Yeah, Alan done well. Getting 3, could have got 4. In fairness, he weren't a million miles off with his free kick. But what was pleasing, a lot of our goal attacks in the first half came from the press, came from the energy to get the ball back, which you need, obviously. So yeah, it's always great to get on the score sheet. On another day, Rush could have got a couple. He was unlucky, weaved out, and a couple from Nats flew over. But what I liked about the team, how I like to play, I think, because if you watch it today, it's quite evident. I like width. I love crosses. I love loading the box. I love the ball to come in, and we're getting more like how I want us to play. So it's a big change for a lot of the players who have been here a long period of time, but they're adapting really well, and that's what pleases me the most. And for me as a manager of the group, like when the players come off, they shake hands with all the players to go on. You need that, camaraderie and culture. So and I forced the lads in to have a shower because I knew it was going to be absolute sweat bucket in there. So they wanted to stay out, but I told them to go in. So all them little things, the invisible things, really. That's what pleased me as much as the performance.
I think what was really evident, certainly from where I was sat, was that your front three are never. It's not you're through the middle, you're up the left, you're up the right. There's a constant rotation going on.
Yeah, which is good, and obviously the way Mendes plays. Well, all three of them. The first 60 minutes, the same. The second half, maybe second half, Lex was a bit more left, but then he was making good out to in runs, and Kells was picking him out a treat, which was good. Aaron's more of a right-sider, but the first half especially, the first 60 minutes, them three, they can all play all of them 3 positions. And if you can have that bit of flexibility, but if whoever finds themselves as a 9, whoever then is the wide one, once you lose the ball, you have to get back in. So I think they all fight to be the 9, so that's too much running. But obviously, when it comes to when it comes to fullback, they haven't got an out ball. The ball down the line is a good out ball, so the 9 has to get across. So there's a lot of work for all 3, and as a 3, they had a real chemistry today, which was pleasing. And I've played in these games. I've played as a non-league player, and I've played them as a league player. And sometimes it's hard. No disrespect, but sometimes it's harder to get yourself up for it, being the bigger team, I suppose, is probably the best way to put it, I think. But the lads' attitude was spotless, and that's what I want. I want us to be a humble group. I want us to get after teams and work hard, and scoreline aside, they're the things that really please me.
And it's interesting in these scenarios as well, isn't it, where it's a little bit quieter, although there were a decent crowd here today, you can hear everybody screaming at each other and barking orders, but you want to hear that. You want to be able to the players dictating.
Yeah, definitely. And not only barking orders, but encouraging. So we hit a couple of diags early on, which we'd worked on. Our opposite centre half hitting out to the wide man on the other side, and diags, and they were coming off really well, and then they don't. But you just got to keep going. So it's about trying to get into really good habits, and once the lads have it, like me and Mitchie can sort of step off them a little bit. At the moment, we're sort of bang on them, obviously. But yeah, in that respect, there was good vocality, and it's a bit like, look, come on, we press as a team. You can't, as an individual, go after. You just got to get picked off. So we press as a team, we drop back as a team. So there's a lot of real pleasing things, and obviously Craig's got another clean sheet he keeps telling me about, so that's always a real positive as well. And obviously Truey's second half. So a lot of good things. I thought we could have been, obviously it's not perfect, but we could have been better on set pieces, obviously, but. Second half, I thought we did a lot more aggressive in the box, so that's good. But we haven't actually had a proper attacking set piece go yet. We'll keep them in our top pocket for when the real action starts in a few weeks.
And you know, for Nathan Thompson, having been out for 4 months at the end of last season, to come through it relatively unscathed and get a goal as well, that'll boost his confidence. I'm sure.
Yeah, he was great. I thought first half on the ball he was really good, showing a real intent. And like I said, there's no point us playing with the players we've got at the top of the pitch and not getting them the ball. Realistically, like, football's quite simple. I think you'll get the ball from the back to the front, give it to your attackers and let them create things. So his distribution was really good, backed up with Shez, to be fair. And I thought, I wouldn't pick anyone out, but you're right, he's come back from injury. For him to score a header, he needed the goal though, didn't he? He had 2 horrific passes before that, didn't he? He was virtually faultless. I wasn't going to. No, that's my job, isn't it? It's my job to add humility and comedy to every interview. But I thought prior to them 2 passes, he was virtually faultless. Then he hit a couple, but that's fine. I'd rather my players overhit than underhit. And then to score the header, and then obviously we said we wouldn't make the substitutions until Nath scored, so that was good. 60th minute, good timing, off they come.
That's ideal, right?
Perfect, and on they go. So good for him and good for the team to feel confidence in the press and score goals is what everyone wants to come and see.
Our first time we've interviewed you since coming back from Spain. How was the trip away, and how are things shaping up for you this pre-season?
Yeah, it was good. Hot, really hot. But it's not so much, weirdly, it's not so much about the football that I want. It's all the group getting together and knowing a bit more about each other and having a willingness to win and knowing what winning looks like. So in that respect, really good. They all know each other a bit more. And from my selfish point of view, like, I inherited a group who had 2 managers in 10 months or something, and he was their player, then I had my players I signed. And you go away on a trip, and it's the first time I felt it when I got back on the plane and came back. I felt like, right, these are all my staff, all my players. There's no hangover now. So from that point of view, it was brilliant, and that's why I massively endorse pre-season trips, because they can't go anywhere. So if I want to have a meeting at 9 o'clock, they got no excuse. They aren't picking kids up from school or whatever else they do, go and watch ice hockey or something. So you've got a captive audience, and because of that, they get to know each other a bit more. And it's essential, because over the course of the season there's going to be bad times, good times, amazing times, and you've just got to stick together as a unit. And if you do that, you give yourself a much better chance. So in that respect, the trip was literally what's the word, not valuable, the opposite to valuable. Like, you couldn't put a price list. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. I'm good with my words. It's been a while since I've done an interview. So in that respect, it set out what I wanted to do. A few of the lads still haven't done their talks. We had a couple yesterday. We've still got a couple more to go, and all that's good. And the good news is as well, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this publicly, Scotty Hogan had his missus, not him, it's not that amazing, had his son in the early hours this morning, so we'll welcome him back next week, and hopefully him and Krause can get even closer to the squad.
A few players have mentioned the speeches now and how important that's been to bringing everybody together, and you mentioned it to me before you left that you were going to do it, and it feels like it's been a real bonding experience for them all.
I mean, it's all right me saying it has, because I would say that, but I think it has. I know a few of the players had their speeches and then went off in someone else's room and chatted about it a bit more and all that, and they've been really open, which is good. I think my attitude to life, you have to show vulnerability, you have to allow people into your life, you have to be honest, and you have to, what I like is for the younger pros in the room, that they sat there with the other 20 and realised that no one's had a perfect life, no one's had a perfect trajectory to be a professional footballer. Everyone's had injuries, everyone's been dropped, everyone's been released, everyone's been disappointed, but it's sort of character building, but they're resilient enough to get through it. And some of them talked about families and all that, which obviously I like, and I hope it's been cathartic for them, and I want the club to be that way inclined. I want, even if a player isn't playing, and I can walk past them in the corridor and they'll still say good morning to me. I'm not the enemy just because I don't pick them to play. I have to just pick the 11 that I think are going to win that game. So I just think you spend that much time together, you need to know each other. One of the players spoke about something that no one else in the room knew, which is amazing when you think how much time we do spend together. But like, if you did your talk, if you came in, I'd ask you to do a talk to the lads, right? And you would say something that none of the lads would know. but then they would be more hammered to you and think, right, he's a good bloke. At the moment, they're not sure, are they?
Yeah.
So you need that.
They're
You need to come in. I need to invite you. I need to invite you in. But yeah, so hopefully it's got them closer together like that. And look, life's all about friendships, relationships, and I'm a bit of a romantic like that, but it is. So, and if it helps you win football games, all the better. But in the meantime, you have these people coming in and out your life. You should want to know them and want to befriend them and make the daily grind, which sometimes it is, that little bit more enjoyable.
Now you're back. You're playing matches. It's all foot to the floor now, and it feels like you're going to be playing pretty regularly in between now and the start of the season.
Yeah, I'd like to say that that's the fun part. As a manager, it isn't. There's always the anxiety of how the lads are going to perform and have they got the messaging right and how can we help them and what can we do better and how we're now going to review the game, bring it back in again Monday. But that is also like the stressful part, but the enjoyable part. Obviously, I want them, the Dons fans to turn up and think, right, this is a team that I identify with. This is a team that I want to do well. And like I said already, I think I explained to lads the other day, the teams that went up last year, I think one lost like 10 or 12 games. So you're going to lose games, but the games come thick and fast. It's just trying to get through them, trying to get as much fitness into the lads as we can, as much game craft as we can without any damage. And that isn't as easy. And obviously, between now and the window shutting, there'll still be, which is great news for you, some moving and shaking, which is good. So yeah, look forward to the games when the lads apply themselves this well. Like we might apply ourselves this well again, that's not very good English, Tuesday night, and might end up losing 1-0, that's fine. It's all about performance indicators, about are we pressing right, are we finishing off, are we backing up attacks, are we brave enough for our 8s to run, are we brave enough to hit diags. They're all the things that we're looking for in pre-season, but obviously if you come away and you win and keep a clean sheet, that's all the best.
Nice one. Cheers, Paul.
Thanks mate, thank you.